A jolly good fellow, our chairperson for today, Nana Janapenting. Shall we appreciate him with another round of applause? Giving us massive food for thought as we look forward to the marking of this very key milestone in the run, or in the earthly run, of the Ghana Journalists Association. At this time, I would also like to say a very big welcome to Madam Joyce Osiedu, who is a media specialist representing the US Embassy here in Accra. Shall we put our hands together? We also have massive support from TUDEC, and the president of TUDEC is also here with us. Shall we put our hands together for Mr. Kafa Tepeli? And TUDEC is the Turkish Development Corporation. He's also here ably supported by project manager, Mr. Mehmet Simsek. The CEO of Pegasus Analytics Liberia, Len Eugene Nagbe, is also here with us. Shall we put our hands together? So at this time, it gives me great pleasure to welcome here a vibrant leader who has been at the forefront of advocacy and at ensuring that the whole lot of the membership of the Ghana Journalists Association sees improvement month in, month out in every calendar year. Of course, his run as president of this organization hasn't come without challenges, but he sure has navigated all of these with massive strength and a lot of tact. He has operated within the media space and has played various roles of leadership, and of course has a specialty in sales and marketing, having run some of the most successful campaigns we can think of in media here in Ghana. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the man I can still duly refer to as the birthday boy, the president of the Ghana Journalists Association, Albert Kwabena Jomfo.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. As a birthday boy, I think at least I have always to invoke the cultural group to perform for me before I deliver my address. Thank you so much.
son. Nico Fema, Nico Fema, Nico Fema. Ìfẹ́ mi dá sí.
I was expecting a bigger round of applause. That is the Kasa troop from Nabdam in the Upper East region. Shall we put our hands together for them one more time? Well, aside the cultural significance, they also teach all of us that to do this dance, you need a very high dose or a big dose of stamina. Thank you very much, Kasa Group. Well, I was hearing some more applause. Let's do it. Let's go ahead. So it is on that note that I welcome the very satisfied birthday boy, the president of the Ghana Journalists Association, Albert Kwabna Jumfor. Please welcome him with applause.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, my good brother Nathaniel. I can confidently say that they've really made my day. Kudos to their wonderful performance. Mr. Chairman, Nanakwesi John Appleton, former chairman of the National Media Commission, special guest of honor, Honorable Kwejo Oponkroma, Minister of Works and Housing and Caretaker Information Minister, the keynote speaker, the only Sir in Ghana, Sir Sam Jonah. My father and role model, Honorable Osei Chairman Sabunsu, former majority leader and member of parliament for Swami constituency, Honorable Dr. Paul Kofi Finn, Chancellor, Wisconsin International University College, the Chief Director, Ministry of Information, members of the Diplomatic Corps, former President of the Ghana Journalists Association, members of the National Council and National Executive of the GJA, Chairman and venerable members of the 75th Anniversary Committee, Mr. Kafa Tapeli, a friend of the media, a friend of the GJA, President of TUDEC, heirs of media houses present, my own brother, Mr. Atwafo, special recognition to you, heirs of journalism, communication training institutions, colleague media practitioners, students of journalism and communication training institutions, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the National Council and National Executive of the Ghana Journalists Association, I wish to first of all render an unqualified apology to all those who may have suffered any inconvenience as a result of the change in venue and time for this anniversary launch. Please forgive us our trespasses. Mr. Chairman, having sought for forgiveness as it's right to do, I respectfully welcome you all to the launch of the 75th anniversary of the Ghana Journalists Association here at the Plush Labadi Beach Hotel. I particularly wish to welcome our senior colleagues who bridged their rather quiet life after years of dedicated service to the profession to join us this afternoon. I also acknowledge the presence of journalism and communication students who represent our future. These are students from the University of Media, Arts and Communication, UNIMAC, Wisconsin International University College, Ghana, Africa University College of Communication, AUCC, and University of Education, Winneba, UEW. I, student, Can you give me a wave? If you are here, let me see your hand. Let's give it to them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming this afternoon. Join us this memorable lunch. Mr. Chairman, today we have gathered here to perform a very important ceremony in the life of the media industry in Ghana. The launch of the 75th anniversary of the GJA will pave way for the celebration of the Diamond Jubilee of our dear association. We are most privileged to have an iconic personality who has carried the flag of Ghana to the highest point within the international community to perform this function for us. He is in the person of Sir Sam Jonah. Mr. Chairman, for the avoidance of doubt and for the benefit of our students who may not know, Sir Sam Jonah was born in 1949, the same year the GJA was born. Sir represents excellence, and in recognition of that fine attribute, he has received many honorary doctorate degrees and other prominent awards, notably an honorary knighthood as Knight Commander of the Civil Division of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire and the Commander of the Order of the Star, which is Ghana's highest national award. Let's give it to him. Many of us know him for the strategic leadership he provided for the transformation of Anglo-Gold Ashanti into a mining company of international repute. But what many of us may not know is that he is an advisor to many African heads of states. With the kind permission of Mr. Chairman, may I respectfully ask us all to give our keynote speaker a standing ovation. You may resume your seat. We are proud of you, sir. Thank you, Sir Jonah. We are most grateful to you for honoring our invitation. Mr. Chairman, 75 years in the life of anybody, being it individual or corporate, is no mean an achievement, especially when it is a fulfilled life. There is no doubt that the GJ has lived a fulfilled life, and we have every reason to celebrate this milestone in full measure. That informs the theme for the anniversary celebration. 75 years of excellence in journalism, honoring the past, embracing the present, shaping the future. With this theme, we seek to examine our life as an association, looking at the past, present, and future. In due course, the chairman of the 75th Anniversary Planning Committee will outline the activities planned for the anniversary celebration. Mr. Chairman, we have scheduled 3 public lectures and 1 symposium for the anniversary. We have proposed very competent persons to deal with the pillars of the anniversary theme, but permit me to share a few thoughts on them. Honoring the past. Mr. Chairman, taking counsel from the adage that a nation that does not honor its heroes is not worth dying for, we are minded to remember and honor the pioneers of the GJA who made invaluable sacrifices to bring us thus far. Since the establishment of the Ghana Journalists Association on August 15, 1949, it has gone through many phases and surmounted many challenges as well. Christened as Africa Press Association at its formation stage, the GJ has today become a major force to reckon with. We remember the pioneering work of TBOT, Ben Dokeno, Sam Morris, Martin Tersen Kofi, Henry Ofori, Karl Randolph, Regina Adai, Eric Ajololo. They have all paid their dues and we need to honor them. Embracing the present. Mr. Chairman, in contemporary times, the GJA is spearheaded by illustrious sons and daughters like Ambassador Kabrable Amie, Gifty Afeidazi, Ajua Yeboah Afari, Nana Kwaku Dey, the first, known privately as Rasfotete, and Roland Afemoni, my immediate predecessor. They all contribute their quota to take the association to a higher level, and they deserve our honor. The GJA continues to make positive strides in the country's quest for national development. However, unlike the persecution that our pioneers faced, including the pain of imprisonment and human rights violation today, the media face persecution from inimical laws that criminalizes freedom of expression as well as assaults, which is a deviation from the rule of law. In recent times, journalists and media outlets have been targeted by political hoodlums while on assignment. The GJA has no choice but to take aggressive actions to combat this breach of media rights. We were forced to blacklist two important political figures whose followers attacked journalists who were performing their routine duties without any provocation. Let me point out that the ban on Farouk Mahama, the MP for Yendi, is still in force. There is also a worrying trend of unprofessional practices by a section of the media due to many factors, including lack of appreciation for professional ethics and media ownership. We will use this anniversary celebration to address some of these critical matters. I must emphasize, however, that the GJA will not tolerate any act of unprofessionalism as we approach the vital election time. We shall try our best to maintain better levels of professionalism to protect our enviable democracy. Shaping the future. Mr. Chairman, I am happy we have a large number of students in this hall. The future belongs to you. And I'm directing this to the students. And it is our responsibility as an association, of course, with the support of the training institutions, to prepare you for the future. We need to guide your ethical upbringing in the profession. We need to offer you the needed support to navigate emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, AI, which is taking or has already taken center stage of global affairs in journalism practice in the future. That is why we have scheduled a symposium on AI for the youth as part of the anniversary activities. We believe the future is bright for the media landscape in Ghana. Corporate support. Mr. Chairman, I wish to use this opportunity to invite our corporate partners and friends to support us on this journey. The story of GJA can never be told without your unflinching support. You have helped to bring us this far. This is not the time to abandon us. We appeal to you all, and I mean the corporate entities, corporate Ghana, to rally behind us with your financial support so that together we can make this anniversary celebration a success. Let me take this opportunity to remind all of us about the African Media Convention, AMC, in Accra, which comes off in Accra from May 15th to 17th, 2024. The AMC is the African version of the Global World Press Freedom Day and serves as a platform to bring together all the media stakeholders supporting the Africa media. The objective is to reflect on the fundamental role of journalism on the continent, celebrate the fundamental principles of press freedom, and deliberate on measures to safeguard media freedom and promote the safety of journalism in AU member states. It will be an opportunity for networking and sharing of good practices by the various media personnel, journalism students and researchers, journalists, unions and associations, editors, public and private sector, CSOs, including cooperating partners from around the African continent and beyond, as well as representatives from UNESCO and the African Union and its organs. I therefore urge members of the Ghanaian media and who have been registered, we have extended the registration line to the end of April. So now the deadline for registration to participate this historic and memorable conference is 30th April. Mr. Chairman, before I resume my seat, permit me to ask our respected audience to rise to observe a minute silence in memory of all departed colleagues of the Inky fraternity. May the souls of the faithful departed rest in perfect peace. Thank you, and you may resume your seat. On this solemn note, Mr. Chairman, I wish to thank you all for your kind attention. Long live the media, long live the GGE, long live Ghana.
The dance you just saw from the Kasa Cultural Troupe is one which is used to promote peace amongst communities. One of the things most of us may not know about Northern Ghana is that every single thing that describes them as a people is embedded in a lot of symbolism. And this is an example of what we just saw. Please appreciate them with another big round of applause. And now, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I always struggle to introduce him in public because of the consistency he's had in terms of various contributions made to public life. So today, I'll do my best to capture it in a few areas. He's a seasoned entrepreneur with many interests in the areas of the extractive industry, capital project financing, tourism, and many others. In recent years, based on his vast experience in corporate Ghana and working with various multinationals across the globe, he has added his voice to a lot of advocacy of the things that we need to do to make our society right. And what else would you expect of a man who God has blessed with 7 score, pardon me, the biblical 7 years and 5 in addition? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome our keynote speaker for today, Sir Sam Essen Jonah.
Shake your mountain, your star with flash. Your mountain, your star with flash.
Good afternoon. A fortnight ago, I received in my office a very large delegation from the GJA who came to invite me to be the keynote speaker for today's event. I applauded them for their courage. Yes. The chairman, the president of the GJA, our Honorable Minister Kojo Nkrumah. No, I'm fine. Okay. Our highly respected Honorable MP Kwesi Che Mensah. Distinguished guests, members of the association, students, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity to address the Ghana Journalists Association as we commemorate your 75th anniversary. As we reflect on the rich tapestry of your organization's history, I think it's essential, just in case anybody is wondering what I've done to merit this honor, to recall that my relationship with Ghana's media landscape has been long-standing and deeply committed. Indeed, over the years, I have supported and sponsored numerous events hosted by your association, even during times when such associations could be perilous, potentially leading to the loss of livelihood or life. Ladies and gentlemen, despite these challenges, my support has never wavered, because I've always been consistent in my belief that in a critical role of the media in shaping our society. Indeed, I recall with fondness the Media Encounter initiative, which I founded and championed in the 80s. That initiative provided an important platform for much-needed dialogue between the PNDC government then and senior members of your association during a very difficult time in our history. Indeed, most of the senior members actively participated in the activities of the initiative and can no doubt attest to the phenomenal success that we achieved. Mr. Chairman, the foundation of our interaction has always been rooted in a genuine friendship, a friendship where honesty prevails, even when the messages conveyed are tough but are necessary. Today, I carry the weight of that honesty with profound respect and recognition of your contributions to our nation's narrative. Looking back over the 75 years of the association's existence, the media landscape has indeed become increasingly polarized, with very little room left for neutral ground. This polarization threatens, if I may say so, the very ethos of your journalism, which, like the clergy and the teaching profession, I consider a calling that demands integrity and a commitment to truth. Your role as a fourth estate is a cornerstone of our democracy, and your duty to hold power to account has never been even more critical. Indeed, the influence you wield is powerful, with the ability to frame political discourse and influence public opinion, making it imperative that this power is exercised with the utmost responsibility and ethical rigor. As we move forward, let us remember the sacrifices made by those who came before us, journalists who laid down their lives for the pursuit of truth and justice. It is upon their legacy that the future of Ghanaian journalism will be built, a future where truth prevails over sensationalism, integrity over corruption, and where the pen remains mightier than the sword in the fight for democratic integrity and national unity. Ladies and gentlemen, let us recommit ourselves to these ideas as we face the challenges ahead, ensuring that our actions today will honor those who have sacrificed so much and inspire future generations to carry the torch of truthful, responsible journalism. The stability of the Fourth Republic depends heavily on your resolve to maintain the sanctity of your profession and your independence as the Fourth Estate. If I may say so, as we celebrate this landmark anniversary, let it be a call to all journalists to rise to the occasion, to uphold the values that have defined your noble profession, and to hopefully continue to be the beacon of hope and accountability our nation needs. Your association's inception came at a very pivotal time as Ghana stood on the verge of defining its future, breaking free from colonial domination. Your association, predating even our nation's independence, became the crucible within which the fervent hopes and aspirations of a people were nurtured and expressed. Even before the formation of your association, nationalists like J.B. Dankwa, Kwame Nkrumah, Kofi Bacha, Eric Heyman, Kofi Bakun, T.D. Bafo, Kofi Bedu, amongst others, stood at the vanguard of the struggle, wielding the might of the pen and the unwavering spirit of truth as they used their voices for advocacy. Dreams of a liberated and thriving Ghana were expressed through purposeful writing and careful dissemination on the pain of punishment. These were patriots, men who were inspired and motivated by the ideals of a free and prosperous nation. Mr. Chairman, today, as we traverse the sands of time and reminisce the jubilation of independence through the trials of military regimes, to the sometimes rancorous, other times harmonious ebb and flow of democracy, we find the essence of journalism tested and exalted. The courage, the sacrifice, the unwavering commitment of your members have not only chronicled our nation's history, but they have been instrumental in shaping its discourse. Insightful and courageous citizens like Cameron Dodu, PAV Ansa, Kweku Bakun, Kwesi Pratt, Kwame Karikari, Kojo Yanka, Christine Agri, Elvis Aye, Sam Ade Clark, Cabral Blay Amihir, Elizabeth Ohene, Heronata, Kwame Amamo, Mike Egan, Vida Kranti Asante, Gifty Afenidase, and many others have paved the way for many today, with some embarking on the struggle for freedom and justice at personal sacrifice and risk. Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, some of your members pay the ultimate price in the line of duty. And here we remember with reverence Tommy Thompson, John Kublenu, the cartoonist Joe Mini, and Albert Hussein Swale. It is worthy of note, Mr. Chairman, that journalism, while it may propel diligent investigators, analysts, and writers to great heights, is not a profession for the lily-livered, the deceitful, nor the greedy. Through fair and foul weather, the journalist must be willing and able to tell the truth to the people. Walter Cronkite, American journalist of blessed memory, comes to mind. He's famous for his title, The Most Trusted Man in America. He was the news anchor of CBS Evening News for 19 years. Cronkite's impartial reporting endeared him to a nation that needed trustworthy persons with the public communication platforms of print media, and in his case, broadcasting, to tell them nothing but the truth. Irrespective of the outreach of vested interests who would want the public discourse their way, he stood firm and steadfast, embodied and informed the thought of the common American man in the latter half of the 20th century. His honest and potent reporting on Vietnam moved the then American president, Lyndon Johnson, to famously lament, and I quote, "If I have lost Cronkite, I have lost Middle America," unquote. The success of our attempt at a democratic order, Mr. Chairman, will depend crucially on how free our press is. In the words of Walter Cronkite, I quote, "Freedom of the press is not just important to democracy, it is democracy," unquote. In the reflection of today's mirror, we observe a landscape altered by the winds of change. The once famous united front of objectivity and patriotism appears to some fragmented by the device of partisanship and the shadows of materialism. The noble quest for truth now competes with the allure of political patronage and its material rewards, a phenomenon which, if I may say so, threatens the sanctity of your independence, the Fourth Estate. Yet, this is the period when the vigilance of the Fourth Estate is most needed. As we stand on the precipice of yet another electoral milestone, which in my view is the most consequential, the ethos, the echoes of past violence, the whispers of disenfranchisement looms. And I don't think anyone needs reminding that the conduct of the electoral exercise, together with its outcome, is so important that the nation cannot afford bias and unprofessional coverage of it by members of your profession. I wish, Mr. Chairman, I could be more confident that the coverage will be professional, but I'm afraid I can't, given the rather unserious way in which another very important national issue, the most egregious abuse of the rights of millions whose livelihood has been decimated completely by galamsey operations, has been treated by your profession. I don't know whether you are exhausted and indeed frustrated by the shameful lack of decisive action from the authorities to your interventions. All I know is that your association's pen, which is your weapon, has gone eerily silent on this all-important matter. I would have liked to see a more concerted and sustained action from you. Sadly, that has not been the case. Galamsey doesn't make the headlines anymore, and yet the country is experiencing the ravages of this terrible phenomenon every day. The alarming increase in kidney and liver diseases, the increase in children born with deformities, and the alarming infant mortality rates in the areas affected by galamsey activities appear not to merit your sustained concern. What a shame. What a pity. As journalists, the times we live in beckon you to remember your purpose, your power, and your responsibility. Let me just say this. The price of your continued silence is too grave to fathom. Mr. Chairman, it is in this moment of reflection and anticipation that the immortal words of Ephraim Amo's composition, Yen Ara Assassini, resound with unparalleled relevance. The composition resonates today deeply. Its message of patriotism, stewardship, and unity echoes the ideals that all of us must champion. What is truly remarkable, Mr. Chairman, is that this piece was composed in 1929, long before the nation state of Ghana was born. It is with extraordinary prescience that Ephraim Amo, the composer, actually predicted what the current state of the nation is. And so, Mr. Chairman, please, if you indulge me, I would like to recite the English translation of this timeless composition. I quote, "This is our native land. What a priceless heritage, acquired with the blood our ancestors shed for us. It is now our turn to continue what our ancestors started. Bragging of educational achievements or useless greed for material things and bad lifestyles are destroying our nation and disgracing us. Whether or not this nation prospers, clearly depends on the character of the citizens of the nation. Whether or not this nation prospers, clearly depends on the character of the citizens of the nation. Obedience and respect, caring for the welfare of one another every day, selflessness in the traditional way, ensures each person's welfare. This is what will bring peace and prosperity to our nation. Whether or not this nation prospers, clearly depends on the character of the citizens of the nation," unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, this anthem, a clarion call to patriotism, stewardship, and unity, serves not only as a reminder of the ideals we ought to embody, but as a beacon guiding us back to the path of integrity and collective action. I urge you to lead the fight against all sorts of injustice. Yen Ara Assassini is not merely a song, it is a testament to the enduring spirit of our people, a spirit that journalists are uniquely positioned to amplify. As guardians of the public conscience, you are called to rise above the frail, to champion the cause of truth, justice, and national unity. In this era, when the essence of our democracy and the fabric of our society are tested, let us recommit ourselves to the principles that Ephraim Amo so eloquently espoused. I implore you to be the standard bearers of objectivity, the architects of informed discourse, and the unyielding defenders of freedom and truth. In this regard, all of us have to be concerned about some disturbing developments in our national discourse, part of which has been referred to by the president of the association. The perceived weaponization of state agencies against opponents, the creeping assault on the freedom of the press, the perceived lack of trust of the dispensation of justice, and the pathetic lack of accountability in the protection of the public purse. This is a time, ladies and gentlemen, for patriots to find their voices. This is a time to be fearless and courageous. We cannot and must not compromise on our defense of the national interest. As we approach the forthcoming elections, let your pens and your voices forge a narrative of peace, fairness, and democracy. The sad saga of Saul, the killing of innocent voters at Techiman, and the unprecedented electoral violence at Ayawaso remain a scar on our collective conscience. We must all resolve that these unfortunate chapters in our more recent history will never be repeated. You should endeavor to be the bridge over troubled waters ensuring that every Ghanaian, irrespective of political allegiance, finds solace and strength in the truth. Mr. Chairman, in closing, I call upon you to remember that the Ghana Journalists Association is more than a collective of individuals. Indeed, it is a symbol of our nation's resilience, its aspirations, and its unwavering pursuit of progress. Inspired by the legacy of our forebears and the timeless call of Yanara Assassini, let us forge ahead, united in purpose and resolute in our commitment to the ideals of your noble profession. It is my hope and prayer, ladies and gentlemen, that your association will become the beacon of truth, integrity, and national pride today, tomorrow, and for generations to come. As trained journalists, you've been taught to be wary of being overly optimistic or thoroughly pessimistic, but to look carefully at the facts, the source, the context, and the motive. Trust, they say, but verify. And when you have your who, what, where, why, and how, do not be afraid to publish the truth. It is better to tell the truth that offends than look on timidly, sheepishly, and cowardly as the case in the country's interest is captured for the benefit of the few. Your acronym, GJA, for the first time I became quite artistic and philosophical. Your acronym, GJA, stands not only for the association, but it should also stand for governance, justice, and accountability. Principles I would urge you to uphold. Thank you very much indeed.
A colleague who's the president of the New Media Association just kept saying, profound, profound, profound. Ladies and gentlemen, the new accolade of the GJA, governance, justice, and accountability, Sam Jonah 2024. Sir Sam Jonah, we're grateful to you for challenging our thoughts and shaping our focus for the celebration of this anniversary. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like once again to remind all of us that we're live on the Station of the Nation, GTV, who are broadcasting also on their Facebook platform. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of seasoned media practitioner and consultant, Reverend Nanaya Owusu-Prempeh. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I also duly acknowledge the presence of some senior journalists who are here with us. A man who for a very long time served as the London correspondent of the national newspaper, Nana Sifa Chum. Thank you so much. Put your hands together. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to pay my respects to a man who served many years as editor of the national newspaper, the Daily Graphic, at the Graphic Communications Group, Mr. Kobi Asma. At this time, I would like to respectfully ask that all the members of the top table rise as we get ourselves ready for the unveiling of the official logo for the 75th anniversary celebration of the Ghana Journalists Association. I'd like to invite up here Honorable Oseche Mensah Bonsu and Mr. Ato Afo, the Managing Director of the Graphic Communications Group, to join as we perform this very, very important rite. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of distinguished measure, our good friends from far and near, our friends from the media, good people of Ghana. At this time, I'd like to respectfully ask Honorable Osei Menster Bonsu to lead the charge as directed by the President of the Ghana Journalists Association, and he will be ably supported by our keynote speaker, the Honorable Minister, and all of our esteemed guests from the top table to press after we've done our countdown. So ladies and gentlemen, together as one big family, we'll do it from 7 to 0. At the count of 0, you'll place a hand there and the digital logo would be duly unveiled. So we begin from 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Shall we do a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? And so, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the 75th anniversary of the Ghana Journalists Association under the theme 75 Years of Excellence in Journalism, Honoring the Past, Embracing the Present, and Shaping the Future is duly launched. Once again, shall we put our hands together? In a few moments, the chair of our planning committee will be addressing us. But just before that, I would like to respectfully invite up here the immediate past majority leader of the Parliament of Ghana to give us a brief message of goodwill. Shall we put our hands together for him?
Thank you very much, distinguished colleagues. Having listened to the erudite presentation by the keynote personality, I think we are all tongue-tied, and I have not sufficiently recovered to say much, except to observe that I believe the Journalists Association, indeed, practitioners, the field is well populated by both men and women. Unfortunately, looking at the program, I see only one lady, Rebecca Ekpe, to just involve herself in the vote of thanks. She is supposed to be the 7th person, but what else can we say? On the 7th day after creation, God rested. So perhaps when she speaks, all of us then will recline to rest. A few observations, if you permit me. The Ghana Journalists Association, we are told, is 75 years old. But it reminds of a story, and indeed a real story that occurred in 1991. What really it means is that the Ghana Journalists Association predates Ghana, the birth of Ghana. And it reminds me of what happened in Europe, in Norway, in 1991. Somebody was discovered in the mountains, covered by snow, and when he was exhumed, the man, it was discovered, was 28 years when presumably he died. But before he died, he had given birth just before the end of the First World War. And his child had given birth to a child. And that grandchild of the 28-year-old person who was discovered was older than the 28-year-old man who presumably had died. Except to observe that the man did not really die, but when he sank into the avalanche of snow, of course, blood ceased flowing, and he was presumed to have died. When he came up, when he was discovered and really taken out, they had to really work on him for quite a while, for about 3 weeks, before, causing the melting of the snow, introducing him gradually to light. Then he came back to life. But the grandchild was older than him. So, Ghana Journalists Association is older than Ghana. We have seen best practices, and some names have come up. The J.B. Dankwas, the Kwame Nkrumahs, even Awolowo when he operated in Ghana. Hannibal Charles, Professor Dubois, Cameron Dorus, Kofi Bedus, Kofi Kumsens. And there was one good journalist that I used to know in Kumasi, Opokwe Champong, who was discovered by then Chairman Rawlings and brought down to Accra to be in charge of the Castle Information Bureau. He was editor of the then very prolific Pioneer. And he came down with Mrs. Saki. The two of them managed the Castle Information Bureau from 1982. Kabra Amehere, Carl Randolph, Mrs. Then Kwame Sefakai, Joe Latte, Elizabeth Ohene. Can we forget all these? And yet, amidst these high-browed performers, we have the lowly as well. And today, we are living witnesses to many Galamsey, if I should so describe them, Galamsey journalists, shredding the hard-earned reputations of individuals to pieces, just because they have two microphones before them. And certainly that helping the country. Ghana is the only place that I know of where practitioners who are not perhaps able to complete their stories in their newspapers, the following day visit radio stations and television stations to discuss the content of other newspapers, when they themselves, they are not able to complete their stories. How do we deal with this? Elsewhere, we have whatever appears in these dailies, dissected and commented upon by experts. And yet, so in Ghana, let's remember what happened in Rwanda. Oftentimes in elections, we push ourselves to the precipice. God indeed has been our helper and our provider. Sometimes it's really dangerous. For the 8 years in the administration of the MPP, there are some journalists who have not even for one day seen anything good about the administration of the MPP. There certainly will be some journalists who will not see anything wrong with the administration of anything right with the administration of the NDC. If they should come back, the question is not when they will come back, if. We look at the functions of the Media Commission as contained in the Constitution, Article 167B, is it adequate to really tackle unprofessional conduct of journalists? I think we should look at that. And I guess we should also look at Article 225, which talks about the performance of the commission, the Media Commission, not being subject to the direction or control of any person. In that provision, that is Article, I think 172, the commissioners are not mentioned. It is the commission which is not subject to the direction of any of the control or direction of anybody or authority. The commissioners are not mentioned, unlike, say, the SHRAG, Electoral Commission, and the commissioners. They are not subject in their performance of duties to the direction and control of anybody. But for the Media Commission in Article 172, he just mentions the commission. So we may have to look at all these things, including Article 162, the functions of the committee, of the commission. Having said that, distinguished colleagues, and some of us have also been freelance journalists in our life before life. Colleagues, we are at a very critical juncture. Let us bring our conscience to bear on our practice. Having listened to the keynote presenter, I want to draw attention to the very preamble of our Constitution. It says that in the name of the Almighty God, we the people of Ghana, in exercise of our natural and inalienable right to establish a framework of government which shall secure for ourselves and posterity the blessings of liberty, equality of opportunity, and prosperity. That indeed is the governance issue that, say, spoke about to us. But we should be doing so in pursuit of probity and accountability, also captured in the preamble of the Constitution. But in all this, we should remember that we're working for the stability and unity of our country, again, captured in the preamble of our Constitution. So on this note, let me salute all of you for the diligence that you have exercised in the practice of your profession and vocation as it is to some of us, and to urge that we remain true to the words contained in the composition of the Venerable Efremamo General Yasasimi Eye Bodindi MIE. Thank you all very much. Thank you for tolerating me, even though I was ambushed.
Honorable Oseiche Mensabon, so you do know that there is always a price to pay for public life, especially at the key place where you have operated from all of these years. We're truly grateful to you for these words of encouragement and, of course, these charges that you've placed on the body of communications professionals under the Ghana Journalists Association. Shall we appreciate him with another big round of applause? Would like to say a very big thank you to GTV, to Atinka TV, to the Joy News channel, and also to Metro TV for streaming this event live. So once again, to Metro TV, to Joy News, to Atinka TV, and to GTV, we say thank you so much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Dean of the School of Communication Studies of the Wisconsin International University College, Madam Baba Kofi. Please put your hands together. At this time, it's my pleasure to bring to us a man who will deliver a message from the point of view of a team who will be tasked with the responsibility of ensuring a successful celebration that will not be only for the pomp and the pageantry, but will also be for impact. He himself, in his years of practice as a broadcaster, and a sterling one at that, is one who has ensured the highest standards. And of course, it's great that he's been given this very important function to play as the Ghana Journalists Association marks 75 years of existence. There are many masters on the planet, but there is only one Grand Master. And that Grand Master is Godwin Avenogbo, the chairperson for the Planning Committee of the 75th anniversary.
Nana Chairperson, when I depart this venue, I have a memorial ingrained on my mind. GJA, governance, justice, accountability. That's not all. Ghana, yengara assassini, mya denyigban lonlola. Sir Sam Jonah, God bless you. You said they made bold to come to see me. Yes, I'm a warrior. When I lead a team, I have no fears. I will come again. And the next time I come, I'm going to ask for money, dollars, cedis, and euros. You have all of them, I know. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, ocean waves are beautiful sights to watch when the weather is good and naturally accommodating to navigate and for result-oriented water body activities. When sudden weather changes roll out devastating and stormy conditions, captains and sailors never give up, but apply their expertise in maneuvering their vessels into safety. Every nation goes through this. Every association, every group, every language group. This, for me, is a very quick response to many well-meaning citizens, media practitioners, who have become concerned about the negativities which some practitioners are being labeled with, and wondering if there's nothing the GJA can do to weed out non-conforming associates who in recent times have become the centrifugal attraction to the news, rather than being the gatherers and disseminators of the news. I stand in your august presence today to assure you that Mr. President Albert Kwabena Dumfuo and his team of national executives have the capacity to deliver our troubled navigation experiences out of the storms into a more tolerant era of sound, professional, and ethical service rendering fourth estate of the realm by using the platform offered by the 75th anniversary of this celebration to bring on board every principal denominator, the key: professionalism, circumspection, objectivity, as opposed to self-opinionatedness, slaying, and political agency intimidating tactics under the cover of free speech in Ghana. In that connection, we are planning to organize a series of lectures on the theme 75 Years of Excellence in Journalism, honoring the past, embracing the present, the future. The question is, why excellence? Excellence because we don't judge miscreant behavior of a few as a yardstick to measure how beneficial or necessary a professional body, a government, or whatever is. No, there's a Mensa in every room. We'll also cater for the interests of the youthful leadership in media by assembling some of the leading voices on radio and television as main contributors to a symposium titled The Impact of AI Media, Youth Expectation. Though there will be activities in all regions of Ghana, we have zeroed in on 3: Ashanti, Kumasi, Volta, Ho, Greater Accra, Accra, as major selling points of our lectures and symposia gatherings. Very prominent persons, veteran journalists, public accountability experts will serve as principal speakers at these sessions. We have taken note of the fact that God has blessed a very large area of veteran journalists who are still around and serving as a source of inspiration to the young. They'll be honored and appreciated. In addition to honoring them, our Legacy Project campaign will reach out to people with disability in some selected institutions in Ghana, while we undertake welfare interactions with senior journalists in the regions. The following have been lined up: peace interventions with stakeholders, media advocacy and sensitization, health walk and competitive sport events, health screening, regional award ceremonies, and a lot more. We'll give the details later. The seriousness and urgency attached to this committee's assignment made it imperative for it to start deliberations within minutes of its inauguration by the President in February. It gives me great pleasure to acknowledge the membership which has left no stone unturned by delving into what it takes to celebrate 75 years of journalistic excellence in the Republic of Ghana. Mr. Kobi Asma, Madame Hélène Avogbedo, Mr. Peter Agbeko, Mrs. Marian Che is out of the city, Mr. Maxwell Kudako, Mr. Zambagu Rufai, Madame Alice Tete, Mr. Matthias Tibu, Mr. Bwaina Samoa, Dr. Eche Sikanku. To you, my colleagues on the committee, I have a message. This is the hour, this is the time to rise up and be counted. The journey of 75 years started without you and I. But today we are privileged to lead, not to make decisions, but to make recommendations for action to be taken by the executive. Mr. President, by the time of this anniversary climax in August 2024, I would have served 51 years as a practicing journalist and a member of the Ghana Journalists Association. Last but by no means least, please join us to applaud Mr. Latif Abubakar, our event specialist who set up this environment. I will now join you to the bow to honor these distinguished guests. Nana Chair, I'm done. Thank you.
We're eternally grateful to you, Grandmaster Godwin Avenogbo, for first of all accepting to take up this responsibility and showing unwavering commitment to ensuring the success of the rollout of this 75th anniversary celebration. Nana Chair, honorable ministers, members of parliament, practitioners, aspiring communications professionals and journalists, ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to welcome the Chancellor of the Wisconsin International University to come and perform a very special assignment as part of wrapping up the launch of the 75th anniversary of the GJA.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I will prefer to be with the people because I deal with students. I'm happy to be here today, even though I had about 3 important assignments. But I decided to be here because just beginning of this year, when we were having admissions, a student came to me and I was encouraging him to take up, to go to communication department. He said, communication, I will never go. To be a journalist, I will never do. So I said, why? I said, I'm a journalist. I would love you to be there. He said, no. You know what he said? He said, in journalism, you don't get money. And when you get old, you become poorer and poorer. And it occurred to me that once I was going to Cape Coast, and when I got to Winneba, I saw one of my best friends who were writing together, reporting together, old man, and he was there begging for money on the roadside. And I really cried, begging on the roadside. What is wrong for being a journalist? Is that the price that we have to get at the end of our service? No. We need to do something. Journalism in Africa here especially, and especially the media personnel, we are so neglected, so forsaken, so abandoned. Nobody even respects it. Sometimes you go somewhere to cover something. Unless you take money from somebody, otherwise you get back home and you won't be able to give in transport to go back home. Journalists, your take-home pay cannot even take you home. It is so disappointing, so sad, that this idea should continue. And so when this association was set up many years ago, as I said, in the past, the present, the future, not much was done for our journalists. And that's why many people are afraid to go into journalism. But today, things are changing. Things are changing. You see competent, capable leadership now in the association who are pushing for the welfare of the journalists. They are doing it. And we thank God for them, especially our president, Albert. In fact, we should all stand up and give him a big up hand because he's so wonderful. He is turning the whole thing upside down and is making a great change. And that's why I said, okay, if you are doing what I want to be done, then I will support you. So I will come. And that's why I'm here. But for us to be able to achieve or to support him and to make sure that in future, or now and in future, we'll be able to achieve what we want to do, in this world we need 3 things. Number 1, you need God's power if you want to do anything. Number 2, you need manpower. Number 3, you need money power. Without the 3 issues, you may have money, power, but if you don't have manpower and money power to do it, there's no way you'll be able to achieve. You may have God's power, but if you don't have manpower and money power, brothers and sisters, sit down. You will pray and fast and nothing will happen. And you may have God's power and money power, but if you don't have manpower, sit down. There's nothing you can do. You may have the men, but we may not have the men, and nothing will be done. And so we are here today. I don't want to talk too much. A friend of mine said, if you want to raise money, a fundraiser, he said, if you talk too much, everybody will run away. And I don't want us to run away. My assignment, as you see, is a special assignment. What that it is I have just been told to raise funds for the association. And I just want you to know, for the future of the association and also for the peace of this nation, we should all, as much as possible, try to contribute so that we can save peace and also our democracy in Ghana. Our democracy in Ghana really is not a democracy. I call it democracy. Not much is happening. And we need, especially the journalists, to come forward and help build this democracy that we have in Ghana. You are moral giants. I use that word, moral giants, because pen is more powerful than gun. Pen is more powerful than weapon. I'm telling you. Put your pen down, go on the TV, radio, and everywhere, and make an announcement. Everybody in this country will just go down. You are moral giants, but people are not taking care of you. But it's going to change. People are not taking care of you. Brothers, I don't know why they do that. I will be discussing with the president of the association, Albert, and said we should, one day, the whole country, there should be no news, there should be no newspaper, there should be no radio announcement, there should be no TV thing, everything should be dead. There they will know how great you are. If we do that, people will begin to respect and accept this journalism, and some even will decide to go to school. As I said, if I talk too much, everybody will run away. So I will just go straight to the point of why we are here. For us to achieve our goals and objectives, we need money. We need your help. We need your support. Without that, they will not be able to do it, because we had to pay so much here to be here. And all the programs that they are going to have, brothers and sisters, it's not going to be easy. Mr. Chairman, I beg you. What I would like to say is that before even you donate something to us, Mr. Chairman, with due respect, I will come forward and say that we are 75 years, isn't it? Today we are 75. And our keynote speaker too is 75. So on that note, I will give today a check of 75,000 for the anniversary. And that's why I didn't want to take it from our main speaker now, because he's also 75. I want to do before he does it. So I have come forward and said, we'll give 75, because today, 75. Every year, 1,000, so 75,000. We'll give it to you. I'll come to the office and pick the check. So on that note, I think I will now open to you all. I know that many of you did not know that we were going to do this. But you come with if you have a pen and a paper, as I said, pen is very powerful. It's more than a gun. It's more than a weapon. Write your name, your phone number, your email, and we will be there to collect the money. And I'm sure that many people will be afraid to announce, because they don't want people to know I have paid so much there, and then GRA is going to chase me and all that. So I don't want us to do that. So you can secretly or privately or confidentially just write, and then we'll pick it and come to you and get it. Oh, Mr. President, do we get a boat to go around and make like a church, or we don't need to do that? We are not going to do that. I need to get permission from my people before I say anything. And so, as I said, I don't know first, maybe I'll call upon the high table also if they want to do something, or secretly they can do something. Okay. Thank you very much. I think they told me special assignment, and my assignment is done. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Chancellor, your assignment is not done. You have only started on the first note.
Thank you.
And I'm here to support you.
Thank you very much.
But because you are my senior, take your seat.
Thank you very
I'll be
much.
your lieutenant, and I'll call you back.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Can you imagine a man in his 80s, so fit, so strong, so agile? 84, can you imagine? 84. 84 writing a check for how much?
75,000.
Minibi. Madam, what will you write?
Let me think about it.
Yes, thinking is the first process. I will come back. 84, 75. I will double it when I get angry. After the cars we buy cost so much, I'll double it. President, should I double it? No, Sir Sam Jonah is here. I can't take the lead. Ladies and gentlemen, your contribution is needed now. Everyone will make a contribution, no matter how small. I'm walking across the aisles, whisper into my ears, I'll give you the mic. You have beautiful voices. You announce it yourself. We'll record it. We applaud you. And God will greatly bless you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Your amen is like you haven't had breakfast. Hallelujah. Amen. That's a better one. Yes, presidential election. You paid so much. You can pay here too. Please take the mic.
Unfortunately, all the money went to the campaign. But yeah, I will donate something. I don't want to put it out in the public. Thank you.
So should I come back, please? Okay, very good. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, where do I come? Where do I go? Those young ladies using iPhone, the time to speak is now. iPhone boy din, ejalawa, mimale, madalakwa. How many of you use iPhone? Raise your hands. Oh, now you are shy. You are not, because it is donation time and offering time and supporting time. Everybody here has, except ladies who are wearing glasses. They don't use iPhone. Yes. Yes, so where am I coming? Can I come to you? I should come back. I'm a very old man. Can you guess my age? I should walk back and come back to you? My firstborn is 50 years of age. So I'm not a young man. Why, who can say me abofra? Hi. Yes, so Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Hi. The time is now. Can I have the shirts, please, very quickly, no waste of time, please. Whilst we wait for the big donors, it is our wish that everyone in this assembly will go home with something like this to remind us of our presence here and our participation at the very special launch of GJA 75th anniversary. Can I have the shirts, please? I was trained by soldiers at Burma camp, you know, and I taught there for 5 years, so my things are sharp, 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 yes. Will you be my assistant? Will you be my assistant? Let them see what they are taking. So, here's the two. In the meantime, you have to present 1, 2. Nana, would you like to take a step forward to honor Chancellor? Chancellor, would you like to come forward? We'll honor you with a... Nana, please.
It's too small.
No, this for him, yeah. When you donate, man, I'll give you some. Yeah. Come this way. Is this a good size for you? I believe it is. Okay, all right, okay. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah. And Ms. Kobi Asma. Oh, the President is coming. Mr. President, we have to honor Sir Sam Jonah. He gave us food for thought. It was a challenging kind of presentation. He spoke truth to power. But in addition to that, he challenged us, the grassroots, to be responsible. And for that matter, Madam Alice, that's his size. Alice, how did you get it? Are you a magician? Association, yes. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. President, I think you have to honor Nana as well. For going to him 48 hours before this time. There was a reason to that. Nobody declined to be here. We had 10 competent people, so we couldn't decide who. And then we said, as for Nana dear, he has come through at all levels, and therefore when we call him, he will add value. So for adding value, Nana, we honor you. I'm one of the first to wear this shirt. Madam Alice, we are worrying you. Sorry about that. Oh, this is not Nana's size.
This is extra.
Oh, extra. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, President, take your seat for the meantime. Yeah, I've done that already. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Now, there is a gentleman here who was my Director General in GBC, a fearless personality. I reveal this to you. Can I say it here? We were holding meeting with Rawlings at midnight at the castle. He would lead me there, tell him exactly what we think should happen, without fears. He enjoyed our company. One day he came to my flat. My children started crying that years ago, the soldiers will shoot you, that you don't go. My wife said, he is with his boss and he has a God. Allow him to go. And I've been going ever since. He's not the only one. If there's a president I have not served in this country, the president has not existed. Prof. Kakari, please join me. Mr. President, the opportunity to honor this wonderful man, a very practical, industrious chief executive of GBC. Yes, Alice. Yeah. DJ Polo said to you, oh, I didn't, Merry Christmas, Anna. Oh, this is good size for him. This is good size for him.
So, Prof, we have organization. This is issue. We are glad to have you. You've been with us with thick and thin. Always someone else. We are grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have the Chief Director, actually, the Ministry of Information. Ghana, I don't like acting titles. You know why? When governments appoint you acting, they want to dictate to you. You don't respect the rules, they will kick you out. So, madam, I confirm you as director. Thank you very much indeed for coming. You're honest. Okay, that's good.
It's our sector ministry, and we've enjoyed so much cooperation from the ministry. And as the head of the ministry, we would like to present this as a token of appreciation to you and the ministry for all your unfailing support over the years. We are grateful. Okay.
She has shown a personal interest in DJ activities, and we thank you very much indeed. Time now to come back to our great audience. Offer me anything and take one right now. If it goes into the shop, please, so mind you, to take it now. We have paid the tax for this one in advance. Give me an offer and take it and receive it by the power of the Holy Spirit. Let me have 10 people coming up. 10 people coming up. 10 offers. Just come up. I could give it to you free of charge. Why are you scared? I am a man of surprises. I can pay for it for you. Oh, hallelujah. Give her a praise. Yes, 9 more. 9 more. This is 1. Who else is coming? Hello? You don't support your own journalists association? What's happening? You just came to the spectators? No, please. Your presence is good. Let me feel your presence. What did I say? The hour is now. The time is right here. Make your presence felt. Are you coming? Or you are picking something from the table? Hey, gentlemen. Please come. Please come. Come. You are coming. Come. I can give it to you free. I'm not a poor man. Just come. I can't doesn't mean I will. Stand by here. This one says, Sam Jonah can pay for you. Even 10 shirts. Why are you scared? Can't you look at him? Huh? Go and bow before him and line up. He will pay for you. Yes, I want 8 more. I want 8 more. 8 more. 8 more at any offer, please. I'm serious about that. 8 more. Hello? Hello? Yes, 8 more. 4 ladies, 4 gentlemen. Do you know this gentleman? He eats at the most luxurious places, restaurants in Ghana. And he puts it on Facebook. If I want 1 plate of food for him, you can buy 10 t-shirts here. I have 7 more to come. 7 more to come, please. Hello? Hello? We are live on air. Airtime is a national resource. It's expensive, no one can buy it. What people pay for it is a deposit, okay? So let's make the best use of it. Have I got a 4th? Oh, hallelujah. Thank you very much indeed. I have 6 more to go. 6 more to go. Committee members, if the audience will come and put them to shame. Huh? Yes, 6 more to go. 6 more to go. All right. Okay. Can you announce this yourself, please?
Okay, I'm here on behalf of the New Media Association of Ghana. We're offering 1,000 cedis.
Say it louder.
1,000 cedis.
Say it 1,000 cedis. And you submitted it 2.
1,000 Ghana cedis.
Correct.
I'll give a token of 500 cedis.
Hallelujah.
I'll give you 1,000 cedis.
I think 1,000 will do.
Oh.
I'll come back to you.
You come back to me. Go back to your seat. Please do them the honors. Yes, please do them the honors. I'm informed that some of you here are shy of the camera and the screen, so GTV wants to go off so that you can overcome your shyness and support the Ghana Gender Association. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? So GTV is going to go off and all right, so we take the vote of thanks now before they go off. That's very important. Yes, Alice will take care of you. Yeah. Mr. MC, where are you? Nat. Thank you.
We're very grateful to you, Grandmaster Godwin Avenogbo. Ladies and gentlemen, please do a big round of applause in appreciation of his effort. And we're grateful to every single person who has made a contribution towards the celebration of this anniversary. We also would say the first set of thanks to the Chancellor of the Wisconsin International University for that big donation made towards the celebration. Shall we do another big appreciative round of applause? Once again, would like to say a very big thank you to Joy News, the Joy News channel, and also Metro TV, GTV, and GH1 Television, EIB Network are ably represented here by their General Manager, Nana Ya Sapong. Shall we put our hands together for her? We're also grateful to Atinka Television under the Atinka Media Village. Thank you so much for investing so much airtime into the celebration of this anniversary. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome up here the very industrious public affairs officer of the Ghana Journalists Association. Please help me welcome Rebecca Ekpe for the note of appreciation.
Thank you very much, Nat. Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow journalists, following the launch of the 75th anniversary of the Ghana Journalists Association, I stand before you today to express our deepest gratitude to everyone who has contributed to this milestone and will be contributing to make this year-long celebration a success. To our pioneers who paved the way for us, we honor your legacy and dedication to the craft of journalism. Your tireless efforts have brought us to where we are today. To our current GJA members, your hard work and commitment to excellence in journalism and what has made our association, the GJA, to thrive. And to our future generation, we entrust you with the responsibility of shaping the future of journalism. May you continue to uphold the values of integrity, truth, and objectivity that have guided us thus far. Thank you very much to our speakers and our guests, Honorable Kojo Nkrumah, Sir Sam Jonah, Reverend Paul Finn, Nana Kwesi Jana Penting, and to Fatih Swali, who have enriched this all-important launch today. On behalf of the GJA President, Mr. Albert Jumfo, and the Chairman of the 75th Anniversary Planning Committee, Mr. Godwin Avenogbo, I would like to remind all of us to support all the activities lined up for the celebration that has been launched today. Here is a toast to 75 years of excellence in journalism in Ghana. May we continue to embrace the present and shape the future, and with courage, passion, and dedication, journalism will thrive. Thank you all once again, and may God bless the Ghana Journalists Association. Thank you all.
And Rebecca Ekpe is the Public Affairs Officer of the Ghana Journalists Association. Nana Chair, our keynote speaker, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we're very grateful to all of you once again for making it here and making this special launch count. The president of the GJA, Mr. Albert Kwabena Jumfo, has informed me that the polo shirts that have been designed specially for this occasion have been subsidized to a rate of 200 Ghana cedis and 100 Ghana cedis, and will be made available for sale at points that will be announced subsequently. Once again, I'd like to say a very massive